Good morning, dear friends. How are you all today? Today, I'd love to discuss with you something we all come across constantly in our life. We always get angry, not always, frequently, for little things. We have a good reason to justify why I am angry. Your anger could be reasonable and acceptable, but there is also a problem. When I read about a person who murdered somebody in India, and when he was interviewed, why did you do that? What was the reason? The reason was the guy has murdered his own wife. It was an outrageous moment where he was so enraged against something his wife did to him. He did that in a moment of deep anger. And then, once it was done, he realized how bad it was. He never realized what a horrendous act he has done against his own wife. And he regretted. And the life doesn't come back after you have done something so bad to your own wife. And this is the same. We have some addictive emotions, and these emotions sometimes take over us. It is not we are having emotions, but the emotions have us. That means you are not responding from your true self, but a shadow self. Jesus had a righteous anger. When he entered the temple of Jerusalem, he saw all these merchants buying and selling, converting a place of worship into a place of merchandise. It became a marketplace. There is no place to sit and pray quietly there. Not only that, through that kind of selling and buying, they converted the temple into a marketplace where the poor and the marginalized people cannot go and offer simple sacrifices to God. That really infuriated him. He responded with righteous anger, chasing all the merchants out of the temple. So, when you are angry, sometimes you do not know where this anger is coming from. To understand where your anger is coming from, you need humility and patience. If an anger erupt out of you, it is if it is from God, and what Jesus had like a righteous anger, God Himself will take care of it. If not, then what happens? Your anger is almost like possess you. It take over you, and probably that is what in the Bible in different places people who are too much moved by or led by their own intense emotions, they are people called possessed, literally possessed by it, isn't it? For example, you are you want to vent out your anger against one who had humiliated you. That is, it is not your real person who is doing it. It is your offended ego. You want to take a revenge on somebody who had insulted you or humiliated you. But a lot of time we don't realize that We are the one doing it. That is the whole problem. Anger is okay. Sometimes we all humans we need. But if it stays with you too long, it becomes a pathology. Every time you are led by anger, for example, I heard an experience as a pastor. There was a guy who reacts so strongly whenever a child cries in the middle of the mass. He has to go and check with himself what is his problem. Why you are so angry to a child who doesn't understand what is happening during a mass? It has its own need. It is acting out of its own personal instinct and bodily need. Why are you angry about it? That is it. Anger can become a pathology if you allow it to stay with you longer. It is an addiction, and you can come out of it provided you have the humility, you have the patience to look into what it is. But even such anger can be diffused easily by a loving hug, with a loving smile, with sharing something with great love. Someone comes and embraces you and offers you a loving word, comforting word, it will be diffused. Most of the time, our anger is empty. It doesn't have any meaning. You are acting out of your offended ego, and if you don't worry about it much, it will be diffused easily. Please don't get addicted to any emotions. But if you are, then get aware of, come into touch with it, acknowledge it, and diffuse it with the help of somebody who is loving and caring you. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day. God bless you.